Battlecry of Freedom by Ngakma Nor'dzin.
Part 3, Practicing Mind Training. Chapter 1, Progression through the 7 Points of Mind Training.
Point 7, Advice. Advice on mind training.
Slogans 39 to 59 say, practice all the teachings with the single intention of benefiting others, reversing all misfortunes. Begin and end well, being patient with whatever occurs, and guard awakening view and intention, even at the risk of your life. Train in the 3 difficulties and embrace the 3 principal causes of awakening, ensuring that they never deteriorate. Keeping body, speech and mind inseparable, train deeply and pervasively in all areas without prejudice. And once mind training is perfected, cherish everyone and everything everywhere. Always practice with whatever makes you boil, and refrain from being distracted by external circumstances. This time, make practice the priority without falsifying and perverting, and practice consistently, completely immersed in mind training. Escape duality through investigation and analysis without being boastful, jealous or frustrated, practicing diligently for its own sake without wishing for thanks.
The path of mind training is fully embraced and the practitioner is fully committed. In point 7, the final point of mind training, Chekhawa offers practical advice and subtle adjustments to keep the practitioner completely on the path of awakening. This point encompasses serious and committed intent with light-hearted recognition of ordinary downfalls, the perfect balance for training the mind.
To begin, Chekhawa reminds practitioners of the primary motivation for practice, which is the intention to benefit and cherish others. Slogan 39 says, practice all the teachings with a single intention. This reiterates the principles of mind training expressed in points 2 and 3, that the emphasis of all practice must be to divert attention away from personal identity and toward focusing on everything that is other.
This intention will enable practitioners to overcome and transform all difficulties. Slogan 40 says, reverse all misfortunes with a single intention.
The next 4 slogans of point 7 address the attitude to practice and the methods. Slogan 41 says, both first and last, 2 things to do. Slogan 42, whichever of the 2 occurs, practice patience. Slogan 43, guard the 2, even at the risk of your life. Slogan 44, train in the 3 difficulties. These encompass the approach that is needed for a committed practitioner. View and intention must be examined and aligned with awakening, and then this aspiration guarded as more important than life itself.
The next 2 slogans acknowledge that the teacher is central to any method of practice. It is the teacher who introduces the methods and is familiar with the fruit of practice. The capacity for sustained practice relies on the teacher, embracing the methods of practice provided by the teacher and appreciating the circumstances that make it possible to practice. The importance of these 3 is expressed. Slogan 45 says, embrace the 3 principal causes. Slogan 46, practice so that the 3 do not deteriorate.
Then Chekhawa offers 9 slogans which advise practitioners how to adjust their priorities to ensure consistency and continuing commitment in practice. Slogan 47 says, keep the 3 inseparable. Slogan 48, train without prejudice in all areas, deeply and pervasively, and once perfected, cherish everyone and everything everywhere. Slogan 49 says, meditate continually on whatever makes you boil. And slogan 50, refrain from being influenced by external circumstances. Slogan 51, this time make practice the priority. Slogan 52, refrain from misunderstanding and perverting. Slogan 53, refrain from being sporadic. Slogan 54, check how much you are gripped by mind training. Slogan 55, escape duality through investigation and analysis.
Practitioners must examine whether the three, mind, energy and body, are inseparable in being harnessed for practice. Has mind training become a way of life? Is it inconceivable that mind training could be given up? Have they fallen in love with mind training? Does mind training define them? Is there freedom from doubt and wholehearted devotion to practice? Is there the joyful recognition that awakening is possible and the aspiration to achieve this? If the answer to these questions is yes, then practitioners are indeed truly gripped by mind training.
The final 4 slogans of the advice in point 7 addresses practitioners who are committed with a reminder to just practice. Slogan 56 says, avoid boastful behaviour. Slogan 57, avoid being constricted by jealousy and frustration. Slogan 58, refrain from practicing just a little. And slogan 59, do not wish for thanks.
If practice is good, they're not boastful. If practice seems slow or not so good, and others seem to be doing better, they are not jealous or frustrated. They avoid vacillation, practicing here and there, now and then. And if practitioners are energetically committed and truly dedicated, they do not expect anyone to thank them for practicing mind training.
I find these final 4 slogans particularly delightful in their humour, warmth, and recognition of the patterns of delusion. Chekhawa Yeshé Dorje certainly had a sense of humour and an extraordinary insight into the human psyche. After working hard and committing to practice, don't boast. Don't make comparisons with others, just get on with it. What might the excellent practitioner expect? The answer is to expect nothing. Do not crave for thanks, recognition or appreciation. Do not expect applause.
Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche says, exertion is like the minute before you wake up on a holiday trip. You have some sense of trusting that you are going to have a good time, but at the same time you have to put your effort into it. So exertion is some kind of celebration and joy, which is free from laziness.
Mind training is pragmatic, straightforward, and yet profound. Understand the meaning of awakening. Understand the motivation for awakening. Embrace the path of awakening. As capacity develops, hold to commitment, evaluate progress, and address deluded attitudes and views. Make subtle adjustments as necessary, holding on to the principles of mind training, and then awaken, in order to benefit everyone and everything, everywhere.